Hello and welcome to Module 4. And tonight is going to be very exciting. I have some gifts for you and for your team, which are going to help them to brand themselves like an expert, to deliver value, to position themselves as a leader, even if they're brand new. And this is one of the questions that I get asked probably most frequently is, what if I'm brand new? What if I don't have success? What if I don't have the results? What if I don't have a picture of me on stage? What if I don't have a story of making $10,000? What do I do? So I wanted to answer that question for you, and I wanted to make it super easy. Okay, I want to simplify the whole process and streamline it, especially for your brand new people, because as TTO grows, this boot camp, you guys are going to see this boot camp is going to be a resource for them. This boot camp is going to be an element of leverage that they have, not only to train them, right? Not only to give them all these ninja secrets that we've gone over, but also to position them as a leader with value. If you could just mute out your microphone. Let me see if I can find who it is. Hearing myself in the background. Okay, so let's get right to it because I got lots of good stuff. We'll share. Let me see who's here first. Maybe we should do our selfie at the beginning. What do you guys say? What do you guys think? While we're all still fresh, because usually sometimes by the end of boot camp I'm sweating and things are not always so put together. There you go. I'm seeing your faces. Okay. Let's see it. Awesome. Okay, so ready? I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. And then page 2. I love my page 2ers. 1, 2, 3. Hey, Dahlia. I see you there. I got you. Okay, awesome. So let me just double check. All these microphones are muted. Okay. I'm trusting you guys to be on mute your microphone duty. So let's get into it. Oh, that's coming up next. I don't want to give it all away yet. Okay, let me see. Here's my button. Okay, let's get into this right now. So session 4 is I've actually got a special cheat sheet for you guys to help you with that whole newbie aspect, okay? The whole newbie aspect. So we talked about this. You guys saw this, what makes your team different? What makes you stand out? And as I'm going through this training, okay, at the very end, I'm going to bring out some testimonials, okay? So I want you guys to be thinking of your team testimonial and what makes your team different, what makes your team valuable, what is different about this than you've ever had before, okay? So we want to share that value. We want to share that experience with other people. I know Maisha was talking to me today and she said, you know what, I know that we have so much here to offer. She's like, I know that it's not like anything else that anybody else has out there. And I want to communicate that better. So I said this training couldn't come at a better time. So we're going to talk about how to brand yourself like a leader, even if you're a newbie with no results, with like 0 sales ever. How to brand yourself like a leader. And it is not fake it till you make it, okay? Because I'm not a big believer in fake it till you make it. As you guys know, I'm about vulnerability and honesty and truthfulness. So this is really going to help you guys because I don't believe in the fake it till you make it. I'm going to show you some simple graphic hacks. So how I create cheat sheets and PDFs to give away and really add value to your Facebook Live, how to add value to a Facebook post, a fan page post or something like that you can give someone something for free. People love things for free. People love to download them. They love to print them out. They love to get them on their computers. Even if they never, ever look at it, they still love to download it. How to stand out from other distributors in your company selling the same stuff, okay? Because this is going to happen, right? As our company grows into momentum, as it starts to take over all over the world, there's going to be a lot of other people selling the M3. There's going to be a lot of other people selling the collagen. So how are you going to stand out from all of that noise? And matching up the USP, which is the unique selling point, okay, the unique selling point of TTO to each of your avatars, okay, and then my master plan. So, Layla's always up to some master plan. My master plan to give away over $6,000 in bonuses to anyone that joins your team, okay? And the secret weapons, I'm giving all of you, every single one of you, giving you my secret weapons to bump up your credibility. So it's going to be a good night. We're going to get lots of good stuff here tonight. So let's start right with the big question. How do you position yourself as a leader with credibility, even if you're new or you've never had results before? Okay, so I want to show you guys. And the reason that I have Sheila up here is because Sheila and I created this cheat sheet together. And I always give credit where credit is due. So we worked on this together. And I am sharing it with all of you guys now. So this is something that has really, where is this? Here it is. Okay. Who's drawing on my screen? Someone's drawing on my screen. Let me see.
Why does somebody always draw on your screen?
There's always the
kid.
There's always somebody. They usually don't realize that they're doing it, so that's okay. I'm okay. I know how to read it. Okay, so let's get right into this cheat sheet. So you guys are going to be able to download this, okay, and you can have it. I'm just trying to. Here we go. Zoom. Here we go. So how to brand yourself like an expert, even if you're a newbie. So the number one way to brand yourself like an expert, even if you're brand new, is by using other people's cred. Okay, so using the credibility, the success of leaders in your team, like Rachel, like Giselle, like Cedric, like myself, like any of these people, like Haley even, who have created results and using their credibility as your own. You can do this by, no, you don't just pretend to be them or fake their profile. No, but you use this by doing interviews or endorsements, right? So, asking someone, hey, would you mind doing a testimonial for me, right? Would you mind cutting a video for me? Would you mind doing a post about me and doing an endorsement for me? Also interviews. And I talked to Mark Brown about this today, about doing interviews with leaders, interviews with successful people in the team, interviews with someone who just hit gold, like let's get an interview with someone who just hit gold last month and share their credibility with your audience. Okay. That way you are associating your brand with other successful brands. Okay. You're putting your face, your story beside theirs. You are in this together. You are using that, that TTO logo. That means something. That TTO logo, that TTO team, that TTO history has a credibility that maybe if you're brand new, you don't have yet. So you can associate your brand, your story, your movement, your leadership with that brand. Asking them to provide a bonus, okay? So I remember when I launched into Modere, I asked Cedric, I'm like, hey, Cedric, can you put together any bonuses for me? Do you have any content that you've created? Do you have any cheat sheets or ebooks or anything like that that we can offer as a bonus so that I can, position myself beside you so that I can use your credibility in my presentation, in my webinar, providing value on their lives. Okay. So this is one that is like a ninja moment. Okay. So just take a mental note right here. Positioning yourself on the news feed, on the comment threads of successful leaders, right? Especially Facebook Lives, because what happens in Facebook Lives? thousands of people watch the replays, right? And if they're watching the replays, what are they seeing? They're seeing the comments scroll past. So if you're constantly positioning yourself on these very valuable lives, on these very valuable posts, on leadership fan pages and posts that they're, doing, like, for example, I am doing this sponsored post right now. And so thousands of people are seeing it. So the people that are in the comments, right, they're getting that recognition. They're like, oh, there's Christy again. Oh, there's Christy again. Oh, there's Christy again. Oh, who is this Christy? Right? And they start to recognize, they start to associate your face with their face, and that instantly gives you that credibility. So be active in the comments of leaders' posts, okay? Because people are watching and they recognize that. Does that make sense? Bobbleheads, okay? Number 2, show your growth, okay? So just because you're not on stage yet doesn't mean that you haven't grown, doesn't mean that you haven't come so far from where you started, okay? So think about that. Think about you sitting in that seat, or going to a home party, or seeing a video online, or going to a hotel meeting. Think of the moment when you first decided to become an entrepreneur, when you first decided, hey, I'm going to do this home-based business thing. Think of who you were then. Can you see that person in your mind? Like, can you see her or him? How did they dress? How did they look? How did they act? Okay. And understand right now where you are, right here with us right now, the fact that you're finishing this boot camp, you are so far past where you started. You have grown so much. So talk about that growth. What skills have you learned since that first day? How has your character grown? How has your life become better? Even if it's not, black Mercedes and 7-star resorts and, like Gucci bags and all this stuff, even if it's not there, think about how is your life better now that you have been on this journey, and show that growth, okay? Because that is the sign of a leader, someone who is always growing, someone who is always evolving. That's what people are looking at and what they're watching. Number 3, relate to the audience. So again, right, using pain triggers in your story. So we had a new girl on our team, and she did a post about the trim, right, the weight loss product. And she said, I'm down 7 pounds, right? And that's amazing, right? Like, holy, that is like, that gets people's attention, right? They're like, oh my gosh, 7 pounds. Like, that's big. So I think it was like a week or something, her first week. And I just sent her a little message. I'm like, hey, we could just spice this post up a little bit more with adding some pain, right? Adding the pain of what it felt like before, or when you tried to lose weight before, or how you failed before, right? Let's just resonate, really relate to our audience with those pain triggers, okay? Transparency, mistakes, and moments of weakness. And I know Andrea is like, how do you position yourself as a leader by talking about your mistakes? Honestly, that is how we grow. That is how you teach. That is how you become a leader, is by helping people avoid those exact same mistakes, okay? Our struggles are our strength. Our struggles make us strong. Our struggles help us grow. And your struggles now give you the experience to be a leader. You can't be a leader unless you struggle. So really identifying that and communicating it as well builds these strong bridges, right? It builds that emotional connection that your audience has with you. Even if they don't join your business, they're relating to you and they're connected to you. And maybe when the time is right in their life, that's when they'll decide, hey, I'm going to join her, because she has been the one that has taught me the most on this journey that she's on. And this is one that is like, if anybody ever asked me how I became successful online, how I built a brand online, how I got thousands of leads and people to my blog and all of this stuff, how did I do it? Right here, number 4. Number 4, lucky number 4, learn, do, teach. So I want to ask you guys, who has learned something from this boot camp? Okay. So you have all learned something on this boot camp, right? You have all learned something. If you have been here and you have listened, you have learned something. Maybe you haven't taken action yet, and that's okay. We're all about action, and that's going to change after tonight because we are setting full steam ahead, full steam ahead. But learn, do, teach. So as you learn something, maybe you learn how to properly get people's attention on Facebook with a high emotional intro to your post, right? You learn that. You learn that on our storytelling module, right? You learn how to really get someone to stop scrolling. So if you could do a Facebook Live on one secret I learned to get people to stop scrolling and click on your post, learn it, do it, and then teach it. You guys have this ability, because I'm teaching you guys everything I know, to, I don't want to say rehash it, but like take what I've taught you, implement it in your business, and I've seen the results. I've seen your posts blowing up. I've seen your stories get more comments. I've seen your Facebook Lives like crushing it. So you're learning it, you're doing it, and now you can teach it. Okay? So when you do that, instantly, even if every time someone learns something, even if it's just a new question that they could ask in their Facebook Live, every time they learn something from you, instantly, you are positioned as an expert. You are positioned as a leader. Okay, so you have to be teaching what you're learning as you go. Offering free training. Okay, so this training was free. Well, it was free with your business, right? You didn't have to pay an extra $2,000 to get this boot camp. You just had to be active in your business, right? Be committed to the business, join in the team. And by offering that free training, I'm able to gather testimonials, able to get your results, to get you to share what you've learned, and absolutely use that to build credibility on this boot camp, okay? Asking for testimonials. We'll talk about that in a second. Make the switch to paid training once you've established your value. So I'm a big believer in, people should pay for your time, for your value, for your experience. But in the beginning, right, you want to be building up that credibility, right? You're building up that credibility. So the more valuable content, the more videos, the more posts that you can put out that actually teach people something. And it doesn't have to be technical things, okay? We always think it has to be technical things. It doesn't have to be technical things. You have learned so many lessons in your life that you could be teaching, okay? It doesn't have to be how to make a graphic. No, you can teach so much in your life that you've experienced, okay? So number 5, and this is actually my very first video on YouTube that got over 1,000 views, which I was super excited about, was a testimonial video. Okay, so if you haven't yet created like a testimonial video for TTO or for Cedric Harris, right? Creating a testimonial video for Cedric Harris. That is going to get huge exposure, right? Because guess what? People are Googling Cedric Harris all the time. They're looking at Cedric Harris all the time, right? So that was actually what Toby and I did. We created a testimonial for this big leader, this owner of a company, who we went through his training. We figured out, how it worked, and we did it. And then we cut a video for him saying, oh my gosh, this was awesome. We did so much. We learned so much. And that video, he ended up putting that video on his blog. And that was like one of our first videos that people knew who Toby and Layla were. So we were riding the coattails of this other leader by sharing a testimonial. Okay. So not only cutting testimonials, but gathering them. So if you have someone in your team, or maybe not even in your team, right? Somebody says, thank you so much, Christy. You have been such an inspiration to me. You have helped me when I needed it. You have been there in private message, and I just appreciate your leadership so much. Somebody says that on Facebook. What do? Copy that message, right? Screenshot, That goes into my file. That goes into my testimonial files because I use that later on as social proof. So if someone writes something or emails me or even just a Facebook comment, gather those testimonials. Obviously, video is king. Okay, so getting people to cut a video for you or share a video testimonial is going to be powerful. How do you do that? Sometimes I use testimonial contests. When I'm creating new sales processes, I'll be like, do you guys want to be in the funnel? Do you guys want to be on the website? Then you have to cut a testimonial, right? And thinking about what's in it for them. Okay, so why would someone be incentivized to cut you a video testimonial? Well, because you're going to be featuring them on your fan page. You're going to be sending them out to your Facebook audience, right? You're going to be tweeting them out on your Twitter. So always giving them that information. Number 6, pictures of you. If I go to your Facebook profile and I cannot find a picture of you, you are not a real person, right? If you are just a bunch of memes and emojis and pictures of your dog, you are not a real person to me. And if I'm a brand new person looking for someone to join, looking for someone to follow, looking for someone to learn from, I am not going to choose you. And I'm just being so straightforward and so honest. And I had this conversation with a brand new team member that I said, I've been looking for pictures of you and I can't find you anywhere on Facebook. And, I realize not everybody is as out there with their life as me. And I don't say that you have to make everything public, but you have to have your face out there. I make it a mission to get my face on Facebook every single day because your face, like I say right here, your face is like gravity to people on social media. So they see my face everywhere. They see my face in the comments. They see my face on other people's posts. They'll see my face on, top fan pages. They'll see my face commenting here. They'll see my face posting here. They'll see my office. They'll see my team. They'll see what I'm eating. They'll see where I am. They'll see my family. I am a real person. Okay? So you have to communicate that to your audience. Number 7, pictures and videos with leaders. This is why it's so important to go to events, okay? It's so important to get to these events, to get out of your comfort zone and cut the camera on if you can, if you feel brave. I remember the very first time I went to an event. I don't know if anybody knows Mike Dillard, but Mike Dillard is this huge mega attraction marketing god. And he was at this event. I was total newbie. My very first event, had no results, made no money, but I knew that I'm like, he's right there. I'm going to cut a video with him. Right. And so I walked up to him. I'm like, okay, Mike Dillard, can I cut a video with you? Like, can I ask you a question for my blog? Which I had no viewers at that time, but I did it. Right. And I still remember that video. He still remembers that video because we met again a few years later. And I reminded him, I'm like, hey, you remember that girl with the crazy white hair and the purple Jimi Hendrix shirt that interviewed you and asked you, how to write a good headline? He's like, yes, I remember. So it was like created that connection with us, but it positioned me with this expert. So that's exactly what you want to do. And always get VIP, or always do whatever you have to do to get to the extra parties, to get to the extra mingling, to rub elbows with these leaders. You want to be in that D1 and above leadership meeting so that you can be there networking with the leaders, so that you can grab a selfie with Justin Prince, so that when you see them in the hallway, don't be afraid to say, hey, can we grab a picture? They want to. Trust me, they want to get their face out there. They want to be shown out there on your Facebook. So make sure that you do it. Interviews for success. Okay, I am surprised that more people haven't asked to interview me. I am surprised, right? But I know the power of, connecting yourself with the leadership. That was like the first thing that I wanted to do when I joined this company. When I joined Modere, I was like, Cedric, we are getting on a Facebook Live and I am putting my face beside yours on a Facebook Live. Facebook is going to see it. Okay, so make sure
Layla, Can
Yeah.
you tell us, can you share with people, because we have so many new people, a lot of people don't know who the industry leaders are that are on our team, along with those that are just like crushing it in the business. So if you do know of some industry leaders that are here on our team, that might be really helpful. Maybe put that in the document or just give up some names.
Sure. Well, the one thing that I look for is so if you see recognition, right? If you see somebody just hit team leader in the Facebook group, send them a PM. Hey, Jason, would you mind doing a quick interview with me to talk about how you did that and your tips for success? Rachel, Giselle, we have so many leaders, but yeah, that might be an idea to maybe put together a file. But for me, I just look at who's moving and shaking. If I see somebody that's putting like Valerie, who's brand new to the team, and she's just crushing it, I would get on her schedule somehow or say, hey, can we do a quick 5-minute video interview and share your tips and your success and how you did it and why you're doing it? And just be bold. Ask. Some of us are afraid. We're like, well, they're so busy, they don't have time for that. Trust me, if you're a leader, you want your face to be out there. You want people to interview you. You want people to ask you for advice because it solidifies that credibility. So they definitely want to make time for that, myself included. Screenshots on webinars. It's no coincidence that I tell you guys to take pictures. It's no coincidence that I tell you to take a screenshot. If your face is somewhere, every single time that I do like a coaching call or a webinar, I always take a screenshot because it positions you with a leader, okay? And then again, being in their comments. So I'm going to make sure that Cedric Harris knows that I'm there. I'm going to make sure that he sees me in his Facebook lives. I'm going to make sure that he's looking at my comments later and he is watching me. I am on his radar. So that is definitely one of the ways that you can get pictures and videos with leaders. And then telling other people's stories. So where were they before they met you and your company or your mentors? Okay, so what were they doing? How were they struggling? We all know the pain, the pain, the pain. How has your product or training had a positive impact, and what goal are they working towards? So telling other people's stories is huge because, and it doesn't have to be like, this is my team. This is someone I sponsored. This is someone in my downline. The more that we can get over those cliche, segregations, the faster we're going to grow as a team. Okay. The faster we're going to grow. I'm telling you that right now. The more that we can get over those segregations of downlines and sidelines, the faster TTO will grow when we all start telling each other stories as one big team. Okay. So, and just building that social proof, that credibility, that, it's black, it's white, it's Asian, it's gay, it's straight, it's old, it's young, it's wrinkly, it's short, it's skinny, it's fat, it's everything. We're everything. And we've got it all. We have everything here. Okay. So we just need to tell other people's stories. You guys, I've seen you guys taking action, telling your stories, which is amazing. And I've seen such growth and such steps forward in your social media marketing already, just from, the few things that you're implementing. And now we can take what we know and start telling other people's stories as well. And then again, it just, people don't know, oh, is that person in your team or did you sponsor them? They just assume that you are the leader of this, right? And that you are doing this and you're leading these people and there's so many people doing it with you and, they want to be a part of it. Hangouts and lives, okay? So if you're doing a team hangout or if you're doing like a team live or if you're doing a team Zoom like this or meeting with your team, even if you're doing a conference call, right? You want to be documenting that work with your team, even one person. If even if it's a selfie of you on the phone doing your weekly conference call for your team, what does that do? That says to your audience, she is in it for her team. She is here working. She is a support system. She is a leader that is giving back. It's not just all about her. She's helping people. That's what you want people to think. Okay. So even if it's just one person, even if you're just sitting, like every single time, like when I'm with Haley or I'm with Crystal or some of the local girls that I have here at my team, I always document that, right? I always take a picture or a snapshot of us together and the fact that we're building those relationships and connecting. And what does this do? This creates content, right? You're creating content. So if you're doing a Zoom like this, or you're doing a Google Hangout, which goes live on YouTube, you've now created a piece of leverageable content that is working for you, that people are seeing when you're sleeping. And that is my big secret, is creating content, creating videos and lives and hangouts and Zooms and recordings that are working for me so that I don't have to, right? So that I can be with my kids, so that I can be with my family. And that's why this time building this business is so different for me, because of the skill set that I've acquired in creating leverageable content. And then consistency, okay? People will forget. If they see you one week, they see you have this epic story, this super heartfelt, passionate post, and they're in that, and then they don't see anything from you for another 4 days. Guess what? They've forgotten. They've forgotten about that story. They've forgotten about that journey. They forgot how it made them feel. They forgot how connected they were. So that's why I say every single day you'll see my face on Facebook. Every single day you will see it. I can guarantee you. It will be there somewhere in your newsfeed. You're going to find my face, because I want to be like gravity in people's lives. I don't want them to ever forget me. And that comes from consistency. And then the what's in it for me. Okay. So this is something that it was a skill set that I had to learn to speak in benefits. And I noticed I was watching my Facebook Live the other day that I did with Sabrina. And if you notice, I think I shared this with you guys in the last module, but I haven't actually been witness to anybody implementing it. So if you have implemented it, I want to hear about it and see how it worked. But the 3 words that allow people to experience the benefit, the what's in it for me factor, are so you can. Okay, remember when I told you that? So you can. You're watching this Facebook Live to learn 3 secrets to get more comments. Okay, I'm going to get more comments, but that's not enough. We really want to say, what's in it for me? What are those comments going to do for them? What are those comments going to give them? How are those comments going to make them feel? Okay, so it's not just enough to say, I'm going to give you a secret to get more comments. I'm going to give you a secret to get more comments so you can have viral conversations, so you can get in front of more people, so you can have your business building for you on autopilot while you sleep. Okay, so that's way more powerful than just 3 Facebook secrets for more comments. But yeah, so you can. We told you guys that before, but it might have been forgotten. Brand recognition is everything. And you might be thinking that means you have to go out there and get a logo. It does not mean that. For me, the best advice I can give you right now is your face is your brand. Your face is your logo. Your face is what people are going to remember. Okay? Not a logo, not some, creative design that you get made for you. No, your face. Your face is your brand. So when people see your face, what do they think? What do they feel? What do they imagine when they see your face? And start thinking about this so that you can effectively communicate and position yourself like a leader, even if you're brand new. Okay, so I'm going to give this to you guys so you can download it and give it to your teams and share it out. But wait, there's more. There's always more. Okay.
Of course there is. Woo-woo.
Alrighty, so Ninja alert. So if I was you, I would take a picture right now and it's like crazy Layla face, be like, there's something crazy going on. And I'll hold it. You're like, wait, then hold that one, Layla. I got it. I got it. I can do it forever. Okay, so the crazy face, hopefully, even if you're watching this in replay land, you got the crazy face. Okay, I'm done with the crazy face. If you didn't get it, you got to watch the replay and go get it later. That's the cool thing. It's like, even if you're here live, you can go back into the replay, right? You can go back into the replay and create the social proof around it even then. So what's the secret advantage that we have above any other network marketing team in the industry? You guys are on it right now. You are here. Okay, so this boot camp right here, I've had three, but that's just the people that have messaged me directly, leaders from other teams, big leaders that I know, that said, hey, Layla, can we just be in your boot camp? I don't want to join Modere. I really love my oil business, or I really love my hemp business, or I really love my crypto business. Cool. Awesome. So what I decided to do is to package this. So packaging it into a 4-module course, the exact same course that you guys got, for $2,000. Okay, so this is going to go in the marketplace for $2,000. No one is going to pay less than $2,000 to get access to this boot camp, unless they join our team. Okay, unless they join TTO. When they join TTO, guess what? They get it for free. Okay, so this is a huge leverage point for you guys to understand. And you know, yeah, take a picture of this. This is coming out. We are launching this. This is happening because I've had so many network marketers that want to access this, but they're not going to get it for free. And they're not going to get it for any less than $2,000. And that's just like my low starting point. I might even make it higher. So understand that you guys are in the right place. Understand that these resources, everything that you have went through in this experience. So for example, right, we talked about branding yourself as a leader, even if you're brand new. So if you're here, you've gone through all the modules, pick one thing that you've learned, implemented, and seen results with. Cut a testimonial video, right? Build up as much social proof and just beef up this boot camp. Why? Because you can give it away for free. You can give it away to anyone that joins your team for free when it's selling out there in the retail world for $19.97. So that's a huge advantage. So the more videos that you have about the boot camp, about what you learned, about teaching other people, about sharing that what's in it for me about the boot camp, the more interest you're going to build to, okay, well, how do I get that? How do I learn that stuff? How do I get that cool cheat sheet? How do I learn that stuff that's helping? How did your post blow up so huge over the last 3 weeks? Like, what is happening on your social media? Tell me more, right? We're building that curiosity. Sorry, I just saw some chats. Dr. Felicia says, wow, I'm honored to have access to this team and such great leadership. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, and I this is just the tip of the iceberg of what I'm giving you guys. Okay. So hold on to your hats. So let's talk about the unique selling proposition. Okay. So what makes TTO unique? What do we have that no other team has? What is your avatar looking for? So let's think about our avatars, right? Let's think about who we're talking to. Our brand newbie who's never done network marketing before, our struggling networker who's done a gazillion businesses and never made any money, and our successful leader. So these are the 3 avatars I talk to when I'm looking to bring in builders. And that's typically my focus, right? Because I know the customers out there, and yes, I do post about my fitness and my products and my health and the challenge and all that stuff. But ultimately, I'm looking for builders. And ultimately, I am looking for this one right here. So lately, I've been tailoring my message to the successful leader. I've been thinking about it a lot. And I've been like, okay, I have to speak differently than I would speak to the struggling networker, to the brand newbie, because they're looking for different things. Okay. So let's get into it. Let's start with a brand newbie first before we get into the successful leader, because who doesn't want leaders in their team? Who wouldn't love a leader to join your team, bring your whole team, and blow your downline up? I mean, that's amazing. That's the ultimate. So let's really think about that and keep that in the back of our mind. So the brand newbie, and do not discredit the brand newbie. Okay, I'm telling you, like people like my cousin Haley, who had never done the business before, had just had a ton of weight to lose and was on a mission to do that, and got really excited and was really coachable and took action on every single thing that I told her to do, right? When I said create a curiosity post, she did it that second. When I said post that, take a screenshot of that customer testimonial and post it, she did it, right? So don't overlook the brand newbie, because they can come into the business and crush it, as well as the struggling networkers. I've got Michelle Sousley in my team, who had swore off the industry. She'd done them before, said she'd never do it again because she hated the rejection, and now hit senior team leader, gold level, like crushing it. Okay, so every single one of these avatars you should be speaking to like on a daily. So let's talk about the newbie. The pain. They have friends and family that don't believe in their decision. They've never had any results, right, to build belief. They don't even know if they could do this or not. No existing network of networkers. Okay, so this is one thing that I find with brand newbies, they always seem to struggle with. They're like, well, I don't know any networkers, right? I don't know any business owners or builders or successful leaders. I don't even know about this industry yet. They don't have the skill set. They just don't have the skill set on how to prospect, how to recruit. We see this all the time, right? When brand newbies get into a business and they just puke it all over your inbox, right? Or they puke it all over your wall, and they just don't have the skill set yet. They're also afraid of what people think. So think about when you first got started. Were you afraid of what people would think about your decision? Yeah. I remember how nervous I was to post on Facebook when I first got started, because all of my high school friends were there that knew Layla was on her way to be a doctor. Layla had graduated high school early. She was going to university, right? And then what the heck happened to her? Like she's doing this MLM thing. Like, what is MLM? Isn't that a pyramid? Isn't that illegal? So I was very afraid of what people think. So keep that in mind with your brand newbie. And they're afraid that they will fail, afraid that they can't do it. Okay, so what are our solutions? Our TTO unique selling points. We have a support system, right? We have a support system and stories of friends and family that are actually now supporting people. Does anybody have any friends and family that are now supporting you that didn't support you before? Yeah, so tell those stories, right? Tell those stories to attract that brand newbie avatar that's struggling with that friends and family thing. Show them how to get results fast. Okay, so we show them, post a curiosity post, ATM people, show them simple things they can do to get results fast. Even showing them how to create a curiosity post that actually gets people commenting is like a huge shift for a lot of people, because they're so they're not used to people commenting. They're not used to people getting 20 comments on a post. So showing them how to do this stuff fast, and then show them testimonials of newbies that are winning. Okay, so keep telling the stories of the newbies. Keep telling the stories. Simple techniques to build their audience and offer value to network marketers. Okay, so with what I'm giving you at the end of this boot camp, you have a resource. You actually have three, giving you 3 resources that you can give to any network marketer in any company that is going to help them in their business. Okay, so we have eliminated that transition of the brand newbie having to come in and learn all this stuff and create cheat sheets and create content and create videos. No, they don't have to do that. They just have to leverage what we have in place for them here at TTO and share that. They can go into these network marketing Facebook groups that we talked about. They can go into these advertise your business Facebook groups that we talked about. And now they have something actually truly valuable. Okay. So the community, the support, right? If they are afraid of what people will think, if they are afraid of what their friends will think, we rally behind them, right? We blow up their posts, we blow up their comments, and we show them that this is, they have a support system there. And then personal development. So if you don't put your team member into the path of personal development, and many of us are on the path of personal development, but brand newbies, I was never taught personal development before this industry. I never knew what the heck it even was. Self-help, I don't know what that stuff is. So giving them that exposure, understanding that all of those fears of failure, of what people think, that comes from, you can eliminate that, right, with our personal growth. When you start to identify who you are, why you're doing this, your why, what does it mean to you? You start to get deeper into that, then all of a sudden, you don't really care so much about what people think. Your brand newbie doesn't really care so much of their friends or their high school friends, or because they really are in touch with their reason why and their personal growth. And then if someone else can do it, so can you. And I remember my very first event was in Utah, and it was for this energy drink that was launching in Utah. And I remember I saw this woman go up to the stage, and she had this, she had this beautiful blonde hair. She had these amazing, perfect boobs and this perfect dress. And she says, I don't even know the comp plan. I just invited people over and had a party, and now I'm driving this black BMW or black Mercedes. And I was like sitting in this chair, never done the industry before, never had any success, never had any results, never even signed up a single person or made a sale. But I said, if she can do this, so can I. If she can do this, so can I. I will find a way to make this work. And the more that we can show people those stories of, this person can do it, and this person can do it, and this person can do it, then that fear of failure starts to diminish. Okay. The struggling networker. Let's move on to avatar number 2, because this is where there is a whole giant pool. This is a huge audience. Okay. This is a huge audience. So if you're not yet talking to the struggling networker, then you need to start. Even if you're a newbie, even if you have never done this business before, you have heard enough stories to know the struggling networker. So their pain is that their friends and family avoid them. They're like programmed as something in their phone, so they don't actually pick up the phone. So yeah, they always avoid them about any new business. I don't want to hear what you're doing now. What's now? What's next? We've all heard it. They've never had results before, so they have this I can't mentality. There's no credibility within their network of networkers, because their network of networkers has seen them jump from thing to thing and promote different things and spam on their walls, and saw that giant long message that they sent their inbox last year, so they don't have any credibility. They have a lack of belief in themselves. They're afraid of failing again, and people saying, I told you so. So we did this training. If you guys go back to module 1, right? And I don't know if you actually went through your empathy map, but the empathy map gets you into the mind of your avatar. And what did people say? What do people tell them? What do they tell themselves? These are all things that I use constantly in my posts, in my videos, in my Facebook lives. I create dialogue. I create inner dialogue, because that's how you truly communicate to your avatar. You speak their language. You speak their thoughts. You talk about how they talk. You talk about what they hear, right? And that's really powerful. So the I told you so to a struggling networker, they resonate with that. And that brings up some sort of, that's like one of those pain triggers for them that they don't want to hear that again. And they're afraid to go public. So I've had people that have failed so many times in businesses in the past that they were like, well, Layla, I just don't want to say I'm doing another thing. I don't want to go public yet. Let me get some results first, and then I'll go public. So what are our solutions? First of all, we are your family. Okay. And we will support you when no one else does. Okay. So, and plus, okay, we'll talk about that in a second. Show them how to get results fast. Show them testimonials of struggling networkers winning. So you guys are seeing the pattern here, right? Showing them the stories that connect to that avatar. Leveraging the credibility of leadership. Okay, there is no shame in admitting that you failed at a business in the past. That's real. That's real talk, and that will connect with that huge, giant pool of network marketers, that ginormous audience of network marketers that have failed in a business in the past. I remember, I think I saw the statistic somewhere. I think it was like on my very first presentation that I saw for network marketing, was that 97% of people in network marketing fail or quit. So guess what? That is like a huge, huge audience, right? The struggling networker is a big, big audience. So I had Marie reached out to me, and she says, well, this is my first business. I've never even done a business before. I don't even know one single struggling networker. So how the heck can I connect with them? How can I, relate to them? The answer is that you don't have to. But guess what? We have a gazillion stories in this team of people who do. So start telling their stories, right? Start leveraging those stories. And then the credibility of leadership. So the leadership is what makes this all different from everything that you've ever done in the past. The leadership, the systems, the training, the results speak for themselves. So start leveraging that rather than trying to pretend. Just leverage what's already been proven, okay? And then personal development. How are you a better leader now? So we get people thinking, right? We get people understanding that even though you are a struggling networker, even though you feel like you have this big F tattooed on your forehead, understanding that you actually have learned so much in those failures. You learned so much in those companies that can help the next person to join your team, that can help the newbie that signs up with you tonight, okay? And then a very supportive social media tribe, okay? So understanding that not all teams are like this. Not all teams support each other. Not all teams move as a force on Facebook or social media. So we have a really unique selling point there with TTO. Let me get rid of that. All right. So the leader, right? We all want to know how to talk to the leader. And this is something that I've been really, really focused on and thinking about. Like, as a leader, what are the pains of someone who has a large organization, someone who has built teams in the past? What are their pains? Oops. Number one, their team isn't making money. And if you're a good leader and your team isn't making money, that hurts. And that doesn't sit well with you. And that eats away at your soul. I will tell you, I've been in businesses where I was really successful and my team just couldn't duplicate. And my team just was not making money. And I had trouble sleeping at night. It would keep me up. I would feel guilt and shame and, I just wouldn't feel like a good leader. Their company shut down or was unstable, made some crazy changes, shut down in a company, terminated them, like my story. So yeah, their company shut down or had some sort of instability in it. They were a slave to their business. And I've been telling this story recently because honestly, I was making $30,000 a month in a network marketing company, and I had no life. I honestly couldn't even build my team like that, like I did back 6 years ago in that past company. I couldn't build it like that right now because I have 3 children, because I am so busy, because I have these babies that I can't imagine being on my phone as much as I used to be. And communicating that pain of that story, being a slave to my phone, being a slave to, 3-way calls and helping people to pre-party and like doing all these crazy things for hours and hours, 200 calls a day. I remember going into a leadership meeting for like certain level and above. And what they put up on the board that they wanted us to do as ambassadors, as this level in the company, was 200 calls a day. And I was like, 200 calls a day? Like, holy, like this is like serious. And that, like, honestly, I was just a slave to my business. And you might be saying, well, yeah, but you got paid, and wasn't that better than working? But honestly, it made me almost resent it. It made me not enjoy what the industry that I loved and forget why I started. So these are all things to keep in mind. If you want to talk to the leader, if you want to talk to the leader avatar, you got to know their pain. Their organization is going backwards. Okay. So their first month was great, or, bit by bit, year by year, it's dwindling away. And there's nothing worse. Like, it really affects a leader to see that their hard work is like kind of like falling off, and they can't build it fast enough to keep it up. They're afraid of building another team that shuts down or changes the product, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They have this fear of doing it again, starting over again. They're afraid to let people down by switching companies. So this was a really big one. I remember when I made a switch in a company, I had to do some there was like an internal battle going on of, you didn't want to let people down. You didn't want to be seen as someone who quits something, right? We have all these fears inside of us. So it's important to know these fears of the leader so you can speak their language. And there was no systems to teach and support their team. I remember when I was in one of my past companies, I was doing all the training, I was doing all the teaching, I was building the team site, I was doing the videos, I was doing 3-way calls, I was doing the home parties, I was doing the meetings, I was doing the Skype calls, I was closing the home party, I was doing everything. And there was no systems in place, there was no other leaders teaching, there was no other one supporting, and it was way too much. And I was really burnt out. So understanding that that's typical. That's a typical problem for a lot of leaders. And then this is huge. This is like the one thing that really gave me a bad taste as a leader in the industry when I started to really make money and build a big team and have lots of success and lots of recognition and winning trips and winning prizes and driving fancy cars, was the drama, the competition, the slaying, like the jealousy. I just hated it. It was like, I'm like, the people show their true colors when you actually are succeeding. So it was that was a big, big pain for me as a network marketing leader. So now that we know those pains, how can we solve them? Real stories of newbies making money. Oh, sorry, not stories, of leaders making money. Stability of Modere. Okay, so the stability of Modere. And actually, no, I put that for a reason. The real stories of newbies making money. Why do leaders want to see newbies making money? Right? Because their team wasn't making any money. Their team wasn't succeeding. They want to see that it's simple enough for the brand newbie, for the struggling networker, for the epic failure to come in and win. When they can see that, they're like, okay, this is something that, I can believe in. The stability of Modere, or whatever, if you're watching this, because the funny thing is that I have people that want to watch this that are in different companies. And I'm like, well, that we're talking Modere here, right? We're talking about our business. Yes, all of this transcends to whatever company you're building. Like no matter what, storytelling, avatars, all the stuff that you guys are learning is going to help you. I had Dahlia, who's brand new in the team, and she said, your boot camp has been making such a huge impact on my other businesses. It's like I'm seeing the trickling effects of what I'm learning here. So the stability of Modere, okay, showing them the stability. That S-curve, that, like when I was watching the presentation, that was the slide that really stood out to me. I was like, wow. Looking at the sales of Modere, looking at the graph and then matching that up and seeing pinpointing exactly where we are right before momentum, right before this company explodes all over the world. I mean, that is something that a leader will pay attention to. And then something that really resonated with me, because I was seeing companies get shut down. I was seeing these digital high-ticket companies get shut down. I was seeing old companies of mine, information products and courses getting shut down. I was seeing even health and wellness companies getting the slap, getting lawsuits, all this stuff. So to see our company take such an active role in their dedication to the FTC guidelines and helping protect our industry, like Asma, our CEO, she's actually on the advisory board with all of these top network marketing companies, actually working with the FTC to put in new regulations to make sure that our industry is protected. And that's a story that doesn't get told a lot, right? And that's a story that matters to leaders, because we know that we're putting our heart, we're putting our credibility, we're putting our reputation, we're putting our team on the line. So we want to make sure that it's going to be there. We want to make sure that we don't have to build this again. We want to make sure that our team is not going to get duped. Simple Facebook systems to expose and sell. We think that this is important to the newbie or the struggling networker, but this is really, really important to the leader. When I saw the ATM system, I was like, this is genius. My brand new person doesn't have to know a single thing about the ingredients. My brand new person doesn't have to know they don't even have to have lost 1 pound to expose someone to this amazing Facebook group filled with 300,000 people that love the products, that are using the products. I was like, this is genius. This is brilliant. This is how you have massive growth. So for me, the ATM system was game changing. Absolutely game changing. Crazy momentum and growth. The time is now, right? For leaders to look at this, the time is now. You always want to have that urgency, because we do have crazy momentum, crazy growth, like 456% growth in Canada in the first quarter this year. Like that is amazing. And we are the first team it says each. Must have been sleeping as I was to teach branding and attraction marketing. Okay, so we are actually teaching people how to attract people to them. Instead of chasing your friends and family down, instead of chasing everyone for an order or chasing people to come to your house for a party or chasing people to watch a presentation, they're asking us. They're saying, hey, what is it that you're doing? because we're teaching you how to use attraction marketing. We're teaching you how to tell your story. We're teaching you how to build curiosity. These are all like never been done before. I've never seen it done before. And stories of more teams making more money. Okay, so honestly, sharing each other's stories, results, and boot camp. Okay, so this boot camp is teaching your team. So if you're a leader right now, if you've built teams in the past, this is a leveraged piece of content that's going to turn your team into an army of ninjas. What leader doesn't want their team turned into an army of ninjas? And you don't have to do it, right? You don't have to be the one to spend 8 years testing Facebook. You're not the one that has to spend all this time investing in training. Because honestly, the things that I've taught you guys in storytelling, in what you're going to learn next, in bonus stacking, all of this stuff, I've paid thousands of dollars in courses and mentoring and training and put thousands of hours into perfecting this knowledge. So you don't have to do that, but you have systems to teach and support your team. Okay. That's what leaders want. Oh, and then inclusive and a supportive team where leaders recognize skills in others and edify each other. Okay, so when people see that, that's when they'll be like, okay, that team's got something different going on. It's easy to recognize and celebrate the brand newbie, the struggling networker, people that are getting results. But when it comes to other leaders, right, sometimes we have egos, or I've seen so many egos in this industry. It is crazy what happens when people start to get success, right? The ego comes out. So when we eliminate the ego here at TTO, we celebrate other leaders. We edify the other leaders. That is what is going to attract more leaders to us, because they're like, oh, they don't have drama. It's not her way or my way or their way or your way. It's all of us together. Okay, so that's really going to eliminate that drama, that competition, that leader slaying that so many of the leaders have experienced. Okay, bonuses. So for me, I've been selling online. I've sold over 23 million, probably more now, in different products, different courses, different things online. 23 million in sales. And one of the secrets that I've learned in my training along the way, what works, is to create bonuses. Okay, so bonuses for people to take action. One of the secrets, I actually have a course that talks about how to launch a book on Amazon, or how to launch your album. Okay, so if you're a musician or if you're a writer, and one of the secrets in launching and having, like, going to the #1 spot in Amazon is to give away bonuses when people buy. You know, how many people have donated to, a charity or a GoFundMe because you get something cool for doing it, right? Sometimes we just want that thing and we do it. So my goal is to create excessively valuable bonuses that you guys can leverage. But I also want you to be thinking about your own, right? I want you to be thinking of your own value. What can you offer as a personal bonus to someone that joins your team? Whether maybe it's like a 4-week accountability group, and you get together for 30 minutes every week with your new team members that come in June, and you keep each other accountable. You set them assignments, whatever it is. You do a 4-week accountability group. That's valuable. You do a 30-minute launch call. That's valuable. You do a video testimonial, or you do a video interview with them, right? So all of these things are value that you have that you can offer. And I wanted to show you this quickly. I'll show it to you quickly because we're running out of time. And honestly, you don't have to do this, because I have done it for you. But I want to show you anyways, because I know that you guys have so much value inside of you, whether it's a 3-step process, whether it's a 7 secrets, or, you know, you have, I know last week we talked about the Facebook groups, and David Walker had put together this Google Drive of the steps that he follows to post in Facebook groups and to recruit in Facebook groups. So if you didn't get this, or if you missed last week, make sure you go check it out and download this cheat sheet. So he sent this to me in like a text file. It was like a Word document with all of this, just all these headlines and the bullet points. So what did I do? I quickly went over to my secret graphic weapon, which is canva.com. It's free, okay? And I made an infographic like that. And you guys might even recognize, like if you see right here, this is the infographic. This is the template that I used for our top 25 curiosity posts, okay? And they have all of these amazing little infographics that you can make a cheat sheet out of. So whatever knowledge that you want to share, whether it's a quick guide, well, you don't have to do a quick guide to Facebook Lives because we have a Facebook Live cheat sheet, but maybe you want to put your own spin on it. Maybe you want to put your own voice to it. This is so simple, okay? So Canva, super easy. You guys can see all the things that I've made, but here we have the launch sequence, okay? So that's the launch sequence cheat sheet. I've done menus, book titles. Here's the curiosity posts, okay? So that is like my secret weapon to creating cheat sheets in a blink of an eye. And as you guys can see, I've created many. This one was also created in Canva, a free graphics tool that I use every single day. So I just wanted to give you guys that quick little tip. If you are looking to make your own cheat sheets, and it never hurts to have something valuable to give away. But I don't want everybody spending a million years on creating cheat sheets and creating graphics, because what we want to do is we want to get you into action, okay? I want to get you into action, not creation mode, not perfection mode, because that can often happen. I want to get you into action mode. So with the addition of the boot camp, valued at $1997, TTO is now giving away over $6,000 in bonuses when you join our team. So you get the full boot camp, you get the Facebook Live home study course, so teaching you how to go live on Facebook with my cheat sheets, my reference guides, Fan Page Grow, which is a standalone course. And guess what? People only get these bonuses when they join at the 480 level. Okay? So they only get these bonuses when they join at the big package. They do get a couple, so some of these are available at the regular package, right? Let me pull out my little pen here for a second. So the boot camp, everyone's going to get access to that. The Facebook Live course, everyone's going to get access to that. So if you join anywhere from the $199, as long as you are active with 150 points. Okay, but if you want all of the bonuses, if you want all of the cheat sheets, which you guys will see in the new presentation that's coming out, then you have to join at the 480 level. Now, does that sound awesome or what? That's going to give people a huge incentive to go all in, right? To get seriously invested, to get all of our best products, to get their skin in the game. Like Cedric Harris says, like $199 to join at $199, like that is people. I said this is actually a hilarious. It was the objection of price. Anybody ever get that objection of price? So I can't afford $199. I'm like, it is not the money that is stopping you. I'm like, I know it's not, because we poop out $199 worth of crap every single week. Like it's like $199. You're blowing that and not even knowing it. So it's not the money. There's something else that's stopping you. You're just not ready to take that commitment yet. So this gives people that incentive to get the extra skin in the game, to go big or go home. Money. Okay. So yeah, super cool. And there's a whole bunch of other incentives that come. I couldn't fit everything on the screen. There's Cedric Harris's 17-page reference. Like if you guys haven't got your hands on that yet, then it's like blows me away. It talks about all the personalities. It talks about objection handling and all this amazing stuff, all on that 17-page resource. So it's super awesome. There's tons of stuff. So let's just talk about the stack. So this is a technique. And I'm giving you guys like the super Coles Notes version of this. It is a full, like I could probably spend a whole hour just talking about the bonus stack and why it's so powerful. So at the end of the presentation, I don't know if you guys have seen the presentation yet, but if you haven't, go check it out. We're doing a brand new one. It's coming out ASAP as soon as I get the new slides. But currently, at the end of the presentation, so after they've seen Modere, right, there is a special bonuses for the social marketers. So we have fan page growth, the home study guide, the Facebook Live, Cedric Harris's cheat sheets, all my references, the webinar page, replay pages, the 7-day email follow-up, the secret Facebook group, all that stuff. And then at the very end of this course, or at the end of the presentation, what I do is I stack them. Okay, so there's something psychological that happens when we stack everything. So whenever you're doing this, I want you to understand you want to stack the value, stack it up so that they can visually see what's happening, what they're going to get. Like it becomes so much value there, so much that they can get, that they're like, this is crazy. Like, why? I have to say yes. I have to do this. I am ready to go. And now that $4,000 number, because we've put together this amazing boot camp, has bumped it up to over $6,000 in bonuses that they're gonna get when they join at the $497 level. So it's really, really powerful for someone to see it visually like this. And that's why we do this in the webinar. But anytime that you are making any kind of offer, stacking the value, even if it's like an offer for, like you guys are going to see, these are my gifts to you. Even if it's an offer for the cheat sheet. So this is my Facebook Live cheat sheet. Tells people exactly what to do before they go live, while they're on the Facebook Live, how to market it after. Talks about questions that they should ask when they're on the live. It talks about open loops. It talks about hypnotic language. It basically gives them everything that they need to go live. Okay, so if I'm giving this away, right? If I'm giving this away, which now you guys are able to do, you can give away my Facebook Live cheat sheet. I'm going to stack the value. So why is this valuable? Well, you're going to know exactly what to do. You're not going to be afraid. You're not going to stumble around. Oh, you're going to be able to create more comments. You're going to get more exposure. You're going to draw more people to you. Oh, you're also going to build more credibility to your brand. You're going to attract new people that you've never met. You're going to be a leader, position yourself as a leader. All of these, I'm stacking the value. I'm stacking them up. All of these reasons on why they want this cheat sheet, why they are crazy for not requesting it for free. Okay, so you guys are able to give this away for free. Okay, also my book. So I wrote this ebook that talks about how I was able to sponsor 34 reps in 14 days using 7 key steps. Okay, 7 key steps. So my team, my personal team, has been leveraging this, and now I've made it available to everyone. So you guys can literally, and this is my super ninja tip that you're about to get, take one of the seven in the book, and talk about that. Talk about that in your Facebook Live. Talk about that in your post. Put it in a personal perspective of your personal experience with that one tip, your personal experience, your personal story with that one suggestion, or how you didn't do that in the past, or how you were never taught that in the past and how painful it was back then, right? And then share that one tip. If you want access to all 7 secrets, right? If they want all 7, what do they have to do? They have to type book in the comments to get your book, right? They have to type book to actually get this book sent to them. They have to take action, right? So you give them a little bit. You give them one of the secrets. You give them something from the Facebook Live cheat sheet that you've learned, something that's actually helped you, something that you've implemented, something that you've done. And then you tell them, if you want access to her entire Ninja Facebook Live cheat sheet, her entire cheat sheet, the entire arsenal of her secrets, what she says, how she markets it, what she does before, what questions, the exact questions that she asks on her Facebook Live, type the word cheat sheet and I'll send it to you, okay? And then right here, the 90-day launch sequence. So I think I shared this with you guys at the beginning in the first module, the launch sequence, okay? So this is something that will preempt the actual boot camp. So what I would do is I would talk about maybe one step in the launch sequence, or one thing that you've learned in this boot camp. If you guys want access to her 90-day launch sequence, her free cheat sheet that I can share with you, she's given me permission to share this with you for free, right? She's given me the rights to share this with you for free. She might be crazy and she might change her mind at any moment, but right now she's letting me give it to you for free. So if you want her 90-day launch sequence, type the word launch below. Okay, so when we're doing this, we're creating, so these are value items. These are things that anybody, whether they're in Melaleuca, whether they're promoting crypto or whatever the heck they're doing, whether they have a dog biscuit. Like I have a testimonial from a woman who makes dog biscuits. And she's like, Layla, I've been watching your trainings. I've been doing what you've been saying, and my dog biscuit orders are huge. My fan page is blowing up. People are actually commenting. People actually want the dog biscuits because of how we've been teaching her to tell the stories and market on Facebook. So anyone in any company will benefit from these. These give us general, so you don't have to go out there and create cheat sheets, even though I showed you how, because they're all here, okay? Because you can give away mine. And what does that do? Even if you are brand new, it positions you as an expert. And even if it's not your content, even if they aren't your words, you hooked them up, you got them the inside scoop, you plugged them in, right? And that gets us, what does it do? It gets us in their inbox. And the money is made in the inbox. Who was that? Someone's excited. Okay, so we were on the call on Saturday, and Amanda, one of the leaders in our company, she was talking about your iPhone. I don't have my iPhone. I don't know where it is. But she was talking about her iPhone, and she says at the end of the day, she looks and you can check on your battery where you've spent the most time on your phone. So it'll tell you, oh, you spent this much battery here, this much battery on Instagram, this much battery on your email. So she says her goal is to make sure that her Facebook Messenger is the #1 battery sucker on her phone. Okay? So if she's not in her Facebook Messenger, she's not making money. If she's not in her Facebook Messenger, she's not prospecting, she's not connecting, she's just playing around on Facebook. Okay? Our ultimate goal is to create curiosity so that people comment, and then we can get in their inbox, right? And you might be thinking, well, what am I going to say if they just want to do, how do I switch them to Modere? And that's a really good question. one of the things that I always focus on, and I haven't specifically created a script for this. I can add it to our script file. But one of the things is just getting them talking about their pains, right? Trying to uncover those pains. That's our whole ultimate goal, is to uncover those pains. So if they asked for this book, right, one of their pains is probably sponsoring, recruiting. One of their pains is probably, how the heck did she do that? I want to know how to do that. I'm not doing that. Tell me how to do that. So I'm going to uncover that. I'm going to say, well, you know, what business are you trying to promote right now? What business are you trying to build? What business are you currently trying to build on Facebook? Because I want this information. I want this knowledge. Have you gone live yet? Have you actually done a Facebook Live? One thing I wouldn't suggest giving away the Facebook Live cheat sheet unless you're going live, right? Because we want to have that integrity. We don't want to promote something that we're not actively doing. But hey, go through the Famous on Facebook Live cheat sheet. Go through the course, right? You have access to it. Go through the course, go live, and offer the value that you have access to. You have it in your hands to give away. All you have to do is push yourself to do it. And then getting them to, you know, talk about their pains. How are you marketing that business? How do you typically get a person to join? That's a question that I ask people all the time. How do you typically get someone to join your business? Where do they come from? And usually they're like, well, I'm not, you know, I don't get anybody, right? Or I'm some people are still doing like flyers on windows and car windows. And, you know, if you could uncover that, you'd be like, oh my gosh, well, you got to check out this training. My mentor or one of my leaders did this amazing training on how she sponsored 34 reps in 14 days, all on Facebook. You want to check it out? Yeah, I do. Okay, perfect. Check out the video. So it's a perfect flow to the training, to the webinar, to the process, and you guys can all give it away for free. So before we wrap up, I know I said I was going to pull some people out for testimonials. So I want to get specific let's talk about the boot camp, okay? Let's specifically talk about this 90-day launch sequence boot camp. And so think about your sandwich. Where were you before the boot camp? What was your aha moment or that light bulb moment? Like, oh my, like what was it? And then how are things different now that you are on the other side of boot camp, right? We're wrapping it up. We're finishing it up. This is our last module. How do you feel now? Or what results have you seen now? I've seen a lot of you guys making huge shifts in your posts and in the engagement. So I definitely want to hear your personal stories on your testimonial for the boot camp. Who wants to go first? Don't everybody volunteer at once.
I'll go, Lay.
See, Cedric here has always taught me that the first person to speak loses. So when I asked a question, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to speak. I'm just going to be quiet here and see who answers. Awesome.
True.
Yes, share your testimonial.
Okay, girl. Well, before you offered this boot camp, you know, I was fairly new still, and I was kind of lost. You were like, why are you going reading the Bible on these Facebook Lives? What the hell are you doing? I didn't know what to do. I was like, okay, I don't know like how I'm going to do on these Facebook Lives. I'm terrible. All right. Like seriously bad. I was so nervous. And like for me to even say, I'll go first right now and put my face out here. I was probably one of the ones where you're like, where's her pictures? Like, I don't like taking selfies. I don't like being on video. So that was me. I was that girl. So then we start, you know, I get a little bit more comfortable with the Facebook Lives. We did one together, which you talked about today, and I was a total spaz. I was so like, oh my God, and you know, and like this and like that, and oh, you know. I was so bad because I had all of this nervous energy still, and I was not grounded at all. And Layla has totally taught me how to just pause there's some pauses and some quiet moments, it's good. Because you can think about things and you don't have to have every single second filled up. So aha moments in this boot camp were just the consistency of every Wednesday. I knew I had something to look forward to. Yes, it's Wednesday again, and I'm going to get all these golden nuggets. And I would jot them down and post right after. I mean, the consistency. And now I'm posting a question every single day. I'm not even only posting a question every single day. I'm making a few posts every single day and getting my face out there, whether it's about the 21-day challenge or whether it's about what we've learned. I was just posting right now, and that leads me to now how I feel is amazing, because I don't have to go back and look at what are these posts, the post cheat sheet, on what to post. Because if you don't know what to post, you have a cheat sheet on that too. I don't have to go back there and look, because now it's all in my brain. And even right before I got on this boot camp, I was like, oh crap, I didn't post my question yet today. So what did I do? I said something like, who's over being overweight? ? That's all I put, is who's over being overweight. Okay, since I've been on this boot camp, I've got people, and I'm messaging people, and I even said, hey, Sid, can I do Facebook Live with you? Because I learn things as she's telling me, and I'm soaking it, and I'm just not writing it down. I'm literally doing it as you're telling me. So thank you, Layla. This has been freaking amazing. I got chills all over my body right now. Arms, legs, tummy, belly, happiness.
That is amazing. That is so awesome. That is a really awesome testimonial, right, guys? I think your Wi-Fi went wonky, but she got it all out just in time. But if you're a brand new person that joins, or maybe
So thank you very much.
You're back.
Sorry.
If your prospects saw that testimonial, they'll be like, man, I want to know what this boot camp is, or I want to get this training, or I want to have my phone blowing up as you're on a call. What is she doing? How are you doing this? Tell me more. Right. And that's what we want them to say. Tell me more. So yeah, amazing. Awesome testimonial. Kendra, I saw you out there. You want to come on out here next? You're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I am just plumb out excited, and let me tell you why. Prior before the boot camp, in my mind, one of the things that I was struggling with was writing copy. There's actually something that I wanted to purchase, and over I think it was not over right at $1,000 to help me with my copy. When you did the chicken sandwich method, I mean, my eyes get big. That means I'm extremely excited, right? And that's what my husband would say. When you did that, the light bulb went on for me. Oh my goodness, for anyone that's going to go through this boot camp, just that piece alone. So when you were talking about this other person with her business and how you're able to take these methods and secret sauce and to spread them, it doesn't matter what business you're in, definitely paying homage to Layla, because what you did for me, struggling, wanting to make sure my copy was right. Now I can go and I can write emails. There's some email series I wanted to create for a group of people that I want to bring on board. And you solved that big problem for me. So whenever I think about a chicken sandwich, which I don't eat chicken, but when I think about the chicken sandwich, I think about copy. I think about pouring on the pain first. And that piece for me and how I'm feeling right now about where I am in the other groups that I'm in and how I can be able to leverage this boot camp. That was the biggest piece, the biggest aha. I can go on and on. But for me, the biggest thing I struggled with was the copy. And I didn't want to spend any more money with another coach on this particular topic. I know what I wanted, and you over delivered. with the sandwich method and so many different other things that you've given us when it comes down to being able to tell your story and pile on the pain. So how I'm feeling right now, girl, I am so excited. And yes, I did inbox you too, but I wanted to say I am just blown away by this boot camp, just knowing that if you are a newbie or you've been on it for a while and you had some missing pieces in your business, this solved it for me. And I truly, truly do appreciate it, girl. And thank you so much.
Amazing. Totally. Okay. So I just want you to sit right there for a second. People literally spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to learn how to write copy. Okay. It's like one of the big, giant internet mysteries that people feel like they need to solve. I can't write. I hear that constantly. Like, I don't know what to write. I don't know how to put the copy down. And it's not like, a gazillion exclamation marks does not make people pay attention, right? We now know the secret sauce that makes people pay attention. So when you can talk about that, I was just about to spend $1,000 on a course to teach me how to write copy. And I learned more in a boot camp, a 4-week boot camp, in a free boot camp that I didn't even have to pay for. That's helped me to see better results in my emails, in my response rate, in my open rate, all this stuff. That can really target a huge audience of people that are struggling with their copy, because it's like one of the number one struggles that I hear from internet marketers is that they don't know what to write. And you guys all know what to write now. So it's like we can solve that problem for all of them. Awesome. Who's next? Corey? We'll bring you up, Corey, and then we'll go to Maisha.
All right. I will say that I have been kind of mind blown over the boot camp. I have participated in everything since joining a little over like 60, whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what the date was. I'm not keeping track. But everything has been awesome in this boot camp. The one thing, though, that really stood out to me was definitely the chicken sandwich. And I don't know if it's part of it also is maybe because I also don't eat chicken and it hasn't looked that good in a long time. But the pain part. So I am pretty good at speaking in benefits, but not real benefits, more like factual benefits, like how you mentioned earlier, Layla, how somebody said that they lost 7 pounds or whatever. I wasn't talking about the pain and the feelings as much, and I wasn't even thinking about the pain and the feelings as much. And so now, even though, and I'm going live again, I've been really inspired by all of this, and it feels great. I feel like a completely different person, especially live on camera, which is somewhere that I never even thought that I wanted to be ever. And now I'm like stoked, like what next subjects can I have? Like how many people can I help? Like where can I find people to watch me? Never wanted anybody really to watch me do anything. You know, look at how awesome my kids are. Look at this, look at that. And now like the personal branding is getting like addicting, but it's because I am getting messages about people like being inspired, and you know, life is challenging. So being able to be guided and coached on how to lift people and how to help them with their pain was just a huge next level thing that I really needed, and it makes me emotional. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you and your transparency that has been coming to the light, you know, and that you've been allowing to come out, and people really are feeling it. And that was actually, I talked on the Saturday call about 3 questions to ask to turn your struggles into strength. And that was question number 3. Well, I'll give you all of them. First one is, what did you learn? So whatever the situation was, whether it was anorexia or being overweight or a lisp, or your husband cheated on you, or your parents were abusive or alcoholics, whatever the struggle was, what did you learn? Okay, question number one, what did you learn? Number two, how did that experience actually help you? And that one might be difficult to answer at first, but there is an answer. How did it actually help you? And then three, how can it help someone else? How can that experience, what you've been through, what you've struggled through, what you've been afraid of, how can that help someone else? And I think that's what you're experiencing right now is like, okay, I went through the growth, I learned the lesson, right? I'm learning these lessons, but now I'm actually helping other people. And that's when it's like, whoa, my world just got so much bigger. It got so much more important and valuable. And what I'm doing, going live, that actually means something. It's actually important. It's not just for my own personal growth, which yes, it does help us heal when we can talk about these things and these experiences, but I'm making an impact. So awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Maisha, girl, we're coming to you.
I made it.
Yeah, you're on.
Oh, I didn't know. All right. I'm gonna be like, is this unmuted? Okay, so definitely what I really appreciate is that, I'm self-branding more. I've been doing lives, for a while, but I noticed that I'm like really posting with a purpose. And now it's always when I do like a live, I'm starting to remember to do those 3, key points, or to highlight, and always do a call to action. And always when I'm posting, it's like I'm posting with a purpose. I'm really thinking out my posts every single day and showing up daily. So yes, I am getting people that's reaching out to me. I am reaching out to people. It's still a growing process, but I learned so much. And the information that you gave me, no lie, my problem was learning, being that knowledge on ice. And it's like I'm taking action daily. So I know that where I'm at right now is going to be continual growth, because I have the audience. Like, I'm really building the audience, and it's over a period of time. I know that everything is going to convert. So I really take a deep appreciation in everything that I learned, because it's stuff that's short, simple, to the point, clear and concise, and it's like, just go out and do it. And that's the biggest thing, action. Because you gave us a blueprint. It's like we just need to utilize it, show up daily, and it really works when you're consistent. So that's the biggest takeaways that I've been getting from this boot camp, and just like in general. It's been nothing but great.
Awesome. And I want to put this out there for you guys that are like, because this is the one thing that I hear all the time too. It's like, what am I going to go live about? What do I have to go live about? How can I teach anybody anything, especially if it's my first time, or especially if I'm new at it? So I want you guys to, first of all, if you have not yet gone through the Facebook Live cheat sheet, I highly suggest you do, or the Facebook Live course, because you can take literally one of the little bullets, one bullet from the Facebook Live cheat sheet. You can teach that on your Facebook Live, one bullet from that Facebook Live cheat sheet on your Facebook Live, and then offer the cheat sheet, right? If you want to learn all of the secrets that I'm following, if you want to see the whole entire playbook that Layla gave me to give to you, type cheat sheet. Right? And then we get them commenting. Then we get in the inbox. Then we start messaging. Then we start building relationships. We get in our messenger. So no one can tell me that they don't have something valuable to teach on a Facebook Live, because I've just given it to you. Okay, I've given you the keys. You just have to pick one thing that really resonates. Maybe I start with my mistakes, right? I start with, what was the one thing that I was doing totally wrong that I learned in the cheat sheet, or that I learned in the book, or that I learned from the boot camp? What was one thing that I was picking up, and start there and teach that lesson, and then offer one of these resources. So really, no one can say you don't have something to go live about, because now you all do. you have the boot camp, right? Every single one of you guys can leverage this boot camp. And if they don't want to join, someone's like, well, what if they don't want to join our team? Okay, well, we're going to package this out into a course that they can buy for $19.97. Cool. You can buy it for $2,000 when it hits the public. Sure, no problem. I'll make sure and get back with you and send that out to you. Or you can join my team, right? Or, okay, no problem. Here's the free cheat sheet. Check it out, and let's keep supporting each other and encouraging each other on this journey. I leave so many people with just the cheat sheet, right? And I just say, hey, let's just keep supporting each other and encouraging each other. I know maybe you don't want to join my team right now. That's cool. But let's keep cheering each other on. And guess what they're going to keep doing? Watching my Facebook lives, commenting on my posts, seeing my success stories, seeing my team's success stories, right? They're going to keep seeing that. Okay, so before we do another testimonial, I want to get a screenshot because I see some people here that weren't here earlier. Because we did one at the beginning, okay? So turn your cameras on. Hey. Okay, ready? Just give me the light. Make sure you get in the light. Okay, ready? Cheese. 1. Okay, page 2. I got to go to my page 2, fams. And 2. Okay, perfect. Okay, so who else wants to share their testimonial? Seriously, I could be here listening to these testimonials all night long because this gives me confirmation of, yeah, Layla, it was worth you putting your heart and soul into this and, giving all of this stuff away, giving all of my secrets away. This is meaningful. This matters, and it's going to matter in the long term as well, because I know that, your Sally, your Joe, your Bob, your Sarah that joins tomorrow is going to have the best roadmap to success on social media. So who's next?
Hey, Layla. I know I'm incognito. This is Rachel. I just want to say, as a leader, we do coaching, we train our teams, and as you know, we get literally bogged down in helping everybody, because that's just the heart of the leader. And having a training like this that you can put your team on, like you said, and taking that green person, that medium person, or that person at large, and allowing them to be able to have success literally from the beginning is amazing. So I just want to say kudos to you, because it takes a little bit of the burden off of the leader or another leader, because there are so many tools that our company has provided for us. But again, like Layla said, being a part of TTO is something special, because guys, I've been doing this for 39 years. And can I just tell you, in 39 years, this is the first company that has ever provided tools like we have, and all of the mediums that we have to use, because back in my days we used cassette tapes, okay, not 8 tracks but cassette tapes. So the thing is, utilize everything, take it to the hilt on this, guys. I mean, literally put it in your heart and run with it, because this is something that is not the norm. And I can honestly say that you guys are people who are not normal people. That's why we are Team Takeover, because we are truly not the norm. So I would open up my camera, but my hair is standing on my head. So I'm going to send it back to you, Layla.
Awesome. Yes. And that actually, it brings something to mind. And in my past company, when Toby and I came into the company, blew it up, right? We hit top level in our first month, and you expected to be celebrated and recognized and acknowledged. And what it did is it put a target on my back, and it brought me a lot of jealousy and hate. And eventually, it actually got me terminated from the company. The company, after a full year of grinding it out in this company, so many people were mad at the way that I was building. So many people were mad that I I was having such results, and whatever powers that be changed the terms of service and said that we weren't allowed to promote anything else when we started, and they terminated us. So when I came into TTO this time, I had fear about that happening again. I was like, you know what, what's going to happen if I come into the company and have really good results and help lots of people win, and then other leaders in the company, other leaders in the team. And this, I'm telling you right now, I've never experienced that before. I've never experienced a unit. It's like been a dream. It's been the vision. But for some reason, the egos, the insecurities, the competition, it rages in this industry. So I just want to thank you guys for accepting me and for realizing that, hey, she has value. I want her to teach my team. I want her to teach my new people, because it really is like such a breath of fresh air. And it makes me want to give more. It makes me want to do more, give more, be more. So I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for eliminating that fear from my mental space, because I know that doesn't exist here. I know that that will never happen. And it's amazing. It feels really, really, really good. So you probably know some leaders that probably felt that before too, right? And that have that same story. So thinking of our leader avatar, right? What's the stories that we can start telling them? Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Okay, I'm here. I want to hear your testimonials. I want to hear your sandwich stories about the boot camp, and I'm recording all of these for later. So who's next?
Can I say something?
Who is that? I don't know.
It was Mark.
Yes, you are on.
Woohoo. There you are.
Excuse my hair. I was at an all-day a field trip with my daughter today, which was great. Without you, Layla, and the boot camp and everything that I've experienced here, I've been out and about for a bit, but I've been in the industry for a while. The storytelling, being real and authentic is really what I got out all of this. The chicken sandwich, I'm nervous, even though I'm on this with you.
So think about your chicken sandwich. Where were you at before? What were you feeling before the boot camp? Or before even, partnering and aligning and learning from me and being mentored for me? How were you feeling? What was the pains that were there, right? Mm-hmm.
I was in so many different places. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars with other companies. Without your mentorship, without what I learned, without meeting Corey, just moved touch and inspired me. Without the team that we have here, without just telling my story about everything, the passion, the grace, the hardships, and getting people involved, just put things out there in the world, to have people come to me and say, hey, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? And it's been amazing. I can't even, I can't even, people are still reaching out to me because of what you share with me, that I shared with the world, with people on my Facebook wall, and everything that you taught me. It's been, I'm gonna break down a little bit. It's been pretty inspiring and amazing. And because I got in touch with so many awesome, beautiful people, even more. I've lost some things. I've gained some great things. And without this boot camp and without everything that we've done, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. And it feels really good. And so I just appreciate you all, and I appreciate you, Layla. Seriously, and I love you guys.
We love you too. And yes, thinking about how many people are still there, how many people are still lost, are still feeling like they're doing it by themselves, or still thinking that next $2,000 course is going to be the one that really teaches them how to build their business, how to be successful when we know the truth. So yeah, we have the ability. We have the ability.
Simple steps. Simple things.
Simple stuff. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you for sharing, Mark. We really appreciate that. And it's always good to hear the gentleman's perspective. And I'm so glad that you were able to be there for your daughter's field trip, because that's like a dad string. It pulls on the dad heartstring that a lot of dads wish that they could be there as the chaperones and supporting. So tell that story, right? Tell that story of your ability to be able to be there. Awesome. Who wants to share? Anyone else?
Layla, can you hear me?
I can.
I think I hid myself. I didn't mean to.
Who is that speaking?
It's Cheryl.
Oh, I'm looking for you. Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
moved myself out.
You don't have a camera on, but
Well, I didn't mean to do that. So let me see.
I just sent you a request to start your camera. So
okay.
Says
okay, perfect.
Ask to start camera. Let's see if we can get you here. So you don't have to be a technical wizard to be successful in the boot camp. And that's really why I want everyone's stories, is because we have so many people here from all different walks of life. Some of you guys are accustomed to Facebook. Some of you guys are brand new on Facebook, or you're just learning it, or you're just getting your feet wet in this Facebook world. So are you on?
Can you see me now?
I'm looking. Can anyone see?
My camera's on.
I see her. She's just dark.
Oh, yeah, you're just dark.
I can see her background better. Tell her to shut her blinds.
Okay. So my lighting is not good. Anyway, I wanted to just quickly share. And so, first of all, thank you very much. I mean, it's amazing that you've opened it up for everyone, and so that the entire team gets this training. And so we know that we've had some Facebook ATM training before, and we also know that it was very confusing. Didn't really know, especially for new people that had not been on Facebook very much, it was extremely confusing. Like, what should I say? How should I do it? It was just, and so therefore, there wasn't very many results. It turned people off, and so on and so forth. So your training has been so explicit in exactly what to do. And it's made a huge difference in everyone's, in their confidence level. And even, one of my ladies today, I won't say who it is in case she doesn't want to say, but wrote a story today about a curiosity story. So she sent it to me. So we just made a couple of little tweaks, sent it back to her, and she got it all posted. Now that wouldn't have happened without this training, because she wouldn't have even known to create the curiosity post. So it's really been completely changing for the people in our business. And then the fact that we can give this away, and it's worth $2,000, it's probably really worth 10, but the fact that we can give it away, that is a huge piece of leverage. And so I know that all of my team, I'm going to be really pushing you guys to use this as leverage and get these people into your business, because we've got something here at TTO that as you've all said, no one else has. So that's my 2 cents. Thank you so much. I'm grateful to be here with you. And Layla, I want to interview you on Monday if you could.
I know. I see. I think the posts are coming in, or the messages are coming in now. That's awesome. No, I will totally schedule everybody in, because I want to spread the excitement of this boot camp, right? And so that's how we're going to do it, is if we have all of you guys interviewing me, then we'll be good to go. We'll get all the knowledge out there. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Giselle, I think you were wanted to come out here. Did you want to come out? I thought I read that in the comments. Oh, for next week? A good one for next week? What do you have for me next week? I'm confused. Yeah, come on, share your testimonial, because Giselle is the leader in TTO that had been there since the beginning, that has, been there for me, especially coming into the company and learning all this new stuff, learning comp plans, learning files and where everything is, and has been a huge resource for me and every single person on my team. And we all wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. So I definitely want to hear your feedback on the boot camp and your experience here.
Yeah, you know what? I have to say, Layla, this is coming from somebody, when you talk about things like the pain post and different things, and you're speaking to the different avatars. I've always been a person that's naturally done attraction marketing. I didn't even know that that's what I was doing, though, but I've always naturally did that. And what I found really impressive about you and the way that you lay things out is that you give an explanation and a reason for doing what you do, right? So it kind of puts the thought process into having it be more premeditated, I guess, and knowing the reason why you're doing what you're doing instead of just flying by the seat of your pants, right? So, even as people that are leaders and you've got experience, sometimes you still need the vitamins, right? And I'm a massive learning junkie, right? So when I see you doing this stuff, and I love marketing, I'm like, holy crap, this is good stuff. I'm like so impressed with it. And to have that as added value with a team, like to be able to work with sidelines that everybody cheers each other on, and like it is just one, team that we all help each other, is something that nobody else has. Other teams don't have it. And I always tell them, when you come into TTO, it's just a different experience, because we've all had that before too. I've had to leave companies before and have been, the public posts going, block Giselle, everybody block Giselle because she's going to steal your people. And I'm like, huh, what? I'm just going to go do something else over here, right? But, so it's nice to come in and have you giving the value that you do. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm definitely going to be using a lot of these tools, because I know that I never know it all. And to me, to have the opportunity to learn from somebody else and get so much value of things that my brain is going, I'm going, geez, this is good. This is good. I really like that. So I'm going to be implementing a lot of your ideas as well. I hope you don't mind, and anything I can do to help other people, I'll put together some of my own cheat sheets of stuff that I'll share back with the group. Okay.
Yeah, like seriously, that's the cool part, is we have so much knowledge and value and resources all within all of us. So we have an infinite amount of content and value to share with this marketplace. And I just can't wait. Yeah, for sure. That is amazing.
I'll give it right
back. Thank you. Awesome. Okay. So
Linda, can you hear me?
I can. Who is that?
This is Cash Millions.
Oh, here you are. Okay. I see you. I'm trying to, there's so many people on here. I'm trying to, I got you.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I just want to say that I have missed the boot camp. Tonight was my first night, and I just thank God. I'm so grateful that someone sent me the link to get on tonight. I have learned more in this last 2 hours than I've learned in the last 10 years in network marketing. I've been with several other companies, but I'm still a newbie, and I just feel like I got to the point where, like, I've made videos before. I'm not afraid to make videos, but from other companies, I was always taught basically to post about the business, trying to recruit people into your business or post about your product. But then when I came into Modere, it's different, because we don't use the name Modere. We're not posting about the product. I mean, we post, our testimonies about the product, but we're not like actually trying to promote the product. So it's all about branding yourself. And I'm like, okay, how do I brand myself? I really didn't know how to do that. I've learned so much in this last 2 hours, but not only this last 2 hours, just from following you for the last few months, I have learned so much from you, girl. You are so awesome. And now I think I know what branding myself is, and I think that I'll be able to do it now. And that's how I feel tonight. It's all about just being yourself letting people see you and know who you are and what you're about and what you're learning and what you're doing. And that is what I see you doing, posting about, things that you do with your family, with your kids and your husband, and talking about the things, your past experiences, and just being genuine and telling who you are, and I just think it is just so amazing that you are such a real, genuine person. I have so much I want to say. I can't get it all out because I'm about to cry. And I don't want to do that. But
just wait until you go through all the modules, because I really want you to go through the storytelling module, Cass. I think that when you understand the power in your own story, in your own experiences, that's when the whole brand you will just totally make sense. It will all open up for you. You thought tonight was good? Wait till you go from start to finish. And you go through all the recordings. So I'll make sure that I tag you in that so that you can go through every single one and you can check that out. But yes, I'm so grateful that you made it here tonight. The angels were bringing you along, right? You were meant to be here in this place. And yeah, you're bringing tears to all of us. I wanted to bring it back to everybody because I'm like, I bet there's a couple other people bringing out tears because it was really, really powerful testimony. And we think that it's the testimonials of, oh, she made $10,000 in the first week that are going to capture people's hearts and attention, but it's not always those ones, right? It's the deeper stories, it's the more emotional stories, and you just proved it.
I made it to bronze, but I've been bronze for the past 3 months because I've gone through family and friends. So now it's like, okay, how do I go further? I need to reach more people, a broader market. And I just was stuck because I didn't know what to do and how to reach more people. But now I have gotten enough tonight that I know what to do, to go ahead, some things to do to go ahead and reach out and put myself out there more and just, try to get more engagement on my post and post more. And definitely the ultimate key is consistency, which is something that I haven't been doing. So I just thank you. I can't thank you enough. I thank you so much, you and Giselle and Rochelle and all the other leaders that are always out there posting and, being positive and commenting on my posts. I thank each and every one of you. I love you all. I feel like I have a family now. So thank you.
Oh, you do have a family. We are a family. This is true. This is real. It's not, you can't fake it. And that's just something that I've been shown over these last 4 weeks of being able to share with you guys and actually seeing you take action. That's like one of the most rewarding things for me is like so many times as a leader, you get frustrated and you're like, I'm teaching them what to do, but they're not doing it. They're not taking the action. So for me, it was like, okay, I'm going to streamline this. I'm going to simplify it. We're going to make it so simple, so easy that they just have to take action. And you guys are a different breed, like it was said tonight, we're different. We are hungry. We are committed. You guys have been here every single week. And if you haven't, you'll watch the replays. You might watch the replays over and over and over again to really get it ingrained. So like you're like Christy, you're just thinking in pattern interrupts and storytellings and sandwiches, right? You're just thinking that way now as marketers and communicators. So I appreciate you guys for taking action and proving that this stuff works, proving that this stuff is powerful and important, and Cass for being genuine and sharing your authenticity there and vulnerable in a safe place. It does prove to people, that this is a safe place. You can cry if you need to cry. There is no judgments here. There is no, expectations of who you should be. You just are. You just are. And right here, you're everything that you're meant to be. So I know we've been here for like two and something hours, but I'm here all night. If you want to share, if you want to tell something, if you want to speak and share your testimonial, I'm here to listen and to hear and to record it and to get it documented. So if you have to go, I get it. I totally understand. You can watch the recording later. But I just want you guys to know I appreciate you. Anyone else want to share their stories or share their experiences? Yes, Dana.
Hi.
I just wanted to come on and say that I have been so excited and amazed and just overjoyed with this entire process. You know, I'm a little slower paced than most people. Number one, because I was the skeptic. I am the skeptic. You know, I'm that one that has to try it and see how it works before I go out and speak on it and things like that. So, you know, I'm that one that moves at a slower pace, you know, than anyone else, because I'm also still working full time and doing, you know, other things with my kids and, you know, for myself. So for me to have the support system of the group was just, that alone was worth its weight in gold for me. You know, to have my questions answered when I had questions, to have the encouragement, you know, someone just inbox me, like Maisha would just inbox me and say, you got this, keep going, you can do it. Just those little things help, you know, that team camaraderie really helps to boost. Yes, the boot camp just threw me over the top, and you know, the teaching and the cheat sheets and everything to kind of get me in order and get me organized was just amazing. But honestly, it's everyone here tonight, everyone on here that's in the group, in the chats, that's constantly available when you need someone to answer a question, you know, and everyone is kind of here to lift each other up. And that has been phenomenal. And it's been a great experience just for me. You know, I hit bronze for the first time last month. That was so awesome. And I think I joined, like in March, February, something like that, I think. And, you know, it was phenomenal to hit bronze at this time because I had already been through the product and I had already started the boot camp. And to see how many inbox messages or how many, you know, messages I got from people just on the posts alone was just amazing. And I haven't even gone live yet. Well, that's not true. I went live the other day with Maisha for the first time. I haven't gone live, you know, for myself yet. So I know that once I start to do that, it's just going to throw me over the top even more. So this whole boot camp, all of the training, everything has just been phenomenal. But big shout out to each and every person on here because you all really come together and make the support and the uplifting happen. So thank you all.
Yeah, that's amazing. You know, we could have the best leaders in the world, but you know, you could have the best training, the best cheat sheets, and the best courses. But it's really this unit that makes it such a family, such a family. Awesome. Rachel's like, I can't go. The testimonials are so good. I get it. If you have to go, it's okay. Good night, Becky. Good night, everybody that had to go. I totally understand. It's getting late. But I'm here. I want to hear them. Michelle, are you there? Michelle, I saw you in the comments. If you wanted to share, there you are. I saw your post today. That was awesome. See, it's at work. Boot camp at work.
Yep. Yes, it is. I just, you know, you mentioned me earlier on the call. I am the number 2, the struggling networker, or I was, you know. Sorry, I have a bit of a cold, so I sound a little nasally, but what I love about the boot camp is that, and I think I mentioned this in a comment on a post you had done a while back, was I'm never at a loss for what to do next to keep my business moving forward. I've always got an actionable step to take. You know, if I'm ever thinking, okay, I've done that, now what can I do to keep going forward? So the boot camp is, and you packaged it all nice and neat for us. So it just makes it a great asset for, you know, putting that out in front of that potential prospect that's looking at the business. I mean, it's so, it's such a carrot to dangle in front of them and say, hey, it's right here. All you have to do is, you know, follow the steps and it works. It's proven time and time and time again, you know, so to have that in our arsenal, I mean, it just is such a bonus, a perk to being part of this team. So.
Oh yeah, total perk. And you always want to be incentivizing, right? There's always those incentives. And like I said, the Modere is blowing up. There are going to be a lot of people promoting Modere, but there is Modere. I say this all the time. I think I must say it at least 3 times a day. There's Modere, and then there's TTO Modere. And it's totally different. Before I do anybody else, I forgot something. I totally forgot this. And not only am I giving you guys the ability to give that away, but I'm also giving you, sorry, I was working on your screenshots there. I'm a copy and paster, so I put them all together. I am giving you, where the heck is my browser? Here. I am also giving you the graphics. So I want you guys to have the graphics so that you can create posts, so that you can put them on your walls, in your pictures, and whatever you want. So I put them all of these graphics for the bonuses in a Google Drive. If you don't have a Google Drive, get it. But you don't need it actually to do this. So this is my big shift, Google Drive. And I put all of the bonus graphics in a file so that you guys can download them, and they're transparent, so you can put them on stuff, and you can see through them. They're super cool, and just to have access to that. So that'll all be in the links. Everything that you heard about tonight, the Facebook Live course, all that stuff, I'm going to put it all in our 90-day launch sequence file in the TTO group, so that everything is right there, all in one place. Okay, so you'll get all this stuff. Yeah, take a picture. Super cool. So I forgot to mention that Google Drive is going to be available for everybody to market. So anybody else want to share? I want to hear. If you want to share, you're not taking up my time. Well, you are, but I appreciate it.
I will. It's Claudia, the lady with purple hair.
Oh, the lady with purple hair. Awesome. See, that's like something that people will remember. And I'm all about creating memorable brands or stories, and people remember my gap tooth because I've talked about it so much. So purple hair is definitely cool. So yeah, share your testimonial, Claudia.
Well, I just I'm fairly new as well. I mean, I was in one other company. However, got a very nasty phone call from the CEO when I decided to join Modere. I'm still kind of in shock of everything that he said to me, and legal action and things like that. So, you kind of get yourself kind of, you're afraid, to put yourself out there and now because you're going to get a blast again, that sort of thing. So, but I did it anyway. So, but I'm still new. But as far as branding, because I have worn purple in my hair for a couple of years now, that's what I decided to do, was use that, because I had a kid come up to me in Walmart and kind of say to his mom, "Well, look at that lady, she's got purple hair," or whatever. And I didn't know if he was laughing at me or not or whatever. And then the mom said, "Oh, he really likes your purple hair," So I kind of decided from that point in the shopping mall, was in Walmart, I just decided that, okay, I'm going to become the lady with purple hair, and a couple of people in my previous company, kind of say, well, that's been done before or whatever. And, so, you kind of feel like you're shot down. And I thought, well, I'm doing it anyway. And so I did that. And then, and then I kind of got shot down by the CEO and threatened legal action and that. So it's kind of scary. But what I really wanted to say was, joining this team, I like the benefit of these. I've been on all 4. One I had to listen to from a ball game, but I have been on all 4 of the boot camp modules, and like, it's amazing what I've learned about Facebook, because I really didn't know how to use Facebook. So, I've really learned amazing things. And I don't have a lot of people, commenting. That's one thing, is I don't have a lot of people commenting. It's like the same people all the time, and they're not going any further than commenting. And, but I can tell, because I'll go in and view who's seen it, that I can tell, that I've seen it. And I've told stories, and I've, and sometimes I just think, like, no one comes on my lives, very rarely. And if it is somebody, it's somebody from Modere, which I appreciate. And I try to, comment and say hi and things like that. But a lot of times, so I don't know who's catching the replays. I try to follow that, but I kind of feel like a nobody. But this is teaching me to come out more. I've never been afraid to talk. I've never even really been afraid to do lives and that, even though some of them are, maybe kind of silly and that. But I told my story, and maybe it was too long, about things about me growing up, and, how I became sick and overweight, and how I've overcome those things and that now. Now everyone can run to my page and try and find my story. But anyway, this has been amazing, the things that I have learned. And I am going to watch again, because I make notes on everything. I'm OCD, so I have to have notes on everything. Everything has to be organized, or I can't even start my day, And I learned so much from my leader, who brought me into the business. In fact, I just liked her so much, I told her, I want to join you. And I think she was kind of shocked that, what? So anyway, I want to do what you do, sort of thing. So I've learned a lot, and I don't know what else to say. I just, it's been amazing, and I really enjoyed it. And
Awesome.
I hope if you watch any of my lives or whatever, and you can give me some tips, I would really appreciate it. Yeah.
For sure. And the one thing that I'll definitely suggest is that I'm going to make everyone will have the free login access to my Home Study Famous on Facebook Live course, so that you can watch that before you go live. But you said something that really, like, I think this way all the time. I think in pain. I think in internal dialogue. I think in words that I can use in posts. And when you said, I feel like a nobody. Okay, so I think of a lot of people on Facebook who will post something and no one replies, no one responds, no one comments, no one gets on their live. And they have that feeling of, I'm a nobody. No, I don't matter. I am not valuable. My story, nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to listen. When really you just haven't been telling it the right way. You haven't been telling it in a way that is showing people what's in it for them. There's a difference between telling our story, like just telling our story to people, and then impacting them to make a positive change from the lesson that we've learned in that story. So that's the one shift that I want you to think about, is when you tell a story, think about the lesson that you learned and how you can tell that to other people. But yeah, I totally picked up on like that, where I was like, oh, you know what? I bet that I got an avatar out there that feels like a nobody sometimes. And when I use that in my post, that's gonna pull on their pain triggers, right? Really, really powerful. Thank you so much for sharing, Claudia.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to go?
Hey there, Leila. Susan here.
Susan, I'm scanning the Brady Bunch crew.
I think I was on one of your first pages.
Oh, I see you. Yeah, I think we're down to one page now. We're getting to the end. Awesome. Yeah, there you are, Susan. Please
hey there. I was kind of in the same boat as Claudia. When I first started with Modere, I was in another company, and being that they were both in the health and wellness areas, I got an immediate phone call the day I did a Facebook Live for my Modere products, and from one of the top representatives from the other company called me and said, hey, you can't do that. You can't work with two different companies selling the same products or same type of products. I didn't get threatened with a lawsuit or anything, but I basically got kicked out of the other company and got told that I wasn't allowed to represent them anymore. And so I came to Modere full-hearted, and I definitely haven't looked back. I was signed up under Cheryl Dobesh, and I was telling her that I was in the other company for 9 months, and in those 9 months, I begged, I pleaded for help because I'd never done network marketing before. I was the newbie on the block, and basically all they told me was to go out and share your products. Share your products on Facebook, share your products in person, and that was it. Like, they didn't go into depth. They didn't do these webinars. They didn't do any of the training that you guys have done. I've learned more in the last 2 months between your posts, your webinar posts, and through Cheryl alone. It's just blowing me away. I've had more people sign up just as customers under me in the 2 months that I've been in with Modere than I did in the full 9 months I was with the other company. And I base that on because I'm learning more and you guys are teaching me. I'm actually able to learn from somebody. Somebody's taking the time to help me. And I think that's huge. So that's kind of my testimony right now.
That's awesome. That's, you know, it was straight from the heart, and I could tell that you meant it and it means something to you, and that, you know, that's powerful. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that.
You're welcome. And
yes, we are here. We are here for you. Anyone else want to go? Anyone else want to share?
Hey, Leila, this is Ellen. I would love to share.
Okay, great. Yeah, cutting fast.
Yeah. So I have been with a few different companies before, as well as many of us have. And last summer, I decided that actually that was it. I am going to stick with affiliate marketing. Direct sales, I decided it was not for me. I don't want to do this. I don't want to have people join and leave. And I'm just going to do affiliate marketing. And I got introduced to Cedric Harris. And that one phone call with Ced has completely changed the way that I think about MLM. How he runs our group and what he does and the support that he gives us, and you as well, and Cheryl and Giselle and all the other leaders, has really given me faith back in doing this and really making direct sales something that I can be proud of, because I really wasn't proud of it anymore, but now I am. And what I loved about this boot camp was I had learned so much about your target market and finding your avatar and all this, but your empathy map, that has changed everything. Learning who I am talking to and learning about their pain points and the solutions that we have is so huge, Leila. You can't imagine, like, my posts are different. The people that I follow is different. I don't just willy-nilly accept Facebook friend requests from people anymore. I check, is this somebody that I want to work with? Is this somebody that really falls into my target market? And I look at my business really like a business and not like a hobby anymore. So thank you so much for putting this together and for giving us this opportunity to learn and to share this with other people. This is so huge. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're awesome.
Yeah, awesome, amazing. I could totally relate with a lot of things that you said in there. You know, I also swore off network marketing, team building, MLM ever again. 100% digital affiliate marketing. So I know, and yeah, amazing story. Thank you. Wanda, you want to share? You want to go next? Yeah. Wanda, can we hear you?
Hi, girl.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, girl.
Hi, baby.
Hey. Anyways, I just wanted to say that I feel really special to be here on this team right now. And I started following Layla like before Layla knew who I was. And I'm like, please, can I be near Layla? Can I learn from Layla? And I saw that, I think it was the 34 reps in 14 days, and I saw everything and all the like courses and the stacked up bonuses, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want that so bad. I want that so bad. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. I can't get all that. You know, I'm like, well, you know, I'm just gonna keep learning. I'm gonna keep trailing and following everything, you know, just try to get in, you know. And so I want to say at first I was discouraged. I'm like, I'm not going to get that. I'm not going to get that. And then when I discovered that you were giving us boot camp and you were going to train us, and like, just because we were on our team, and, you know, it just meant so much. And I've learned so much from the different trainings that we've done in boot camp, the sandwich stuff, the posts that we make, and you know, like talking about your pain and trying to, you know, talk to different people, but in your own way. Just everything that you've given us, I don't know, I'm just super grateful. And some of the stuff I was thinking about, like, oh, the dance floor effect, like how I mean, we don't just think about it. I think Claudia was saying it too, like you feel alone, or you're like, I'm a nobody, and then all of a sudden everybody's in there and they're dancing on your posts, and they're just like, no, you're awesome, and you just feel so uplifted. And I think boot camp just reminds me of everything. It brings it to the surface, all the different trainings that we can offer, and just reminds you of what you can do. I appreciate like Christy saying, I'm doing it right now. And I'm kind of more the one that's like writing everything down. Okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But like, it's just giving me the push that I know I can do it. And so it's basically building my confidence up, because I am the newbie. So when you're talking about an avatar, I'm definitely the newbie. I'm definitely the struggling marketer, and I want to be the successful leader. So it's like all wrapped up in this package, and I feel like it's a gift. And I feel like you're just this celebrity, and you're like our own like little, like, you know what I mean? Like, you actually talk to us and you help us, and it means a lot to me and all of us, because otherwise why would we be here hanging out? It's just because it's the best gift I've ever been given in my life, ever. And the pizza, you guys, the pizza.
Awesome. Somebody get pizza.
Anyways, it's been nothing but amazing, and everything I feel super grateful, and I feel like I'm changing every day because of this stuff. All this stuff.
Awesome. I'm not just talking to you guys. Like, I really genuinely love you guys.
Right.
Like, seriously. Okay, let's mute her pizza.
Good job, Wanda.
All right. So my baby's waking up. My husband is like bopping her around the living room right now. Like, are you almost done? Like, how long is this webinar going? Like, this is supposed to be an hour. So I have one more person sharing their story.
Can I try it?
Oh, you can totally try it. Come on out here, Claudia.
I'm Claudia. I'm the
Hello.
other Claudia from Cheryl's team. I'm the Latin one. The one that with the freaking accent.
Oh, I love accents. You know why? Because then all my Latino avatars, right? They're like, oh, there's Latinos in here. We've got some accents going on. Just like yesterday, I had a British accent on my Facebook Live. So yeah, totally love it. Share your testimonial of what it was like before the boot camp, and kind of painting us that picture for after.
Okay. I think, you know, after listening to all this training that you're doing, it's like, it felt like you were talking to me, like, oh my God, is she talking about me? Did she meet me before? Kind of. I am everything that, you know, I was in a company before, but I was there for like a couple of months because, you know, same situation, never got the support. I just got bored of it. I ended up using all the products, and it's like, okay, this is done. So when I joined this, I got that comment from my family. Oh, what are you doing now? you switch, like you like to switch. I said, I just like to learn stuff. So whatever. First of all, I'm completely technology challenged. I'm the mom that had to give her phone to the teenager to set it up for her because I didn't know how to use the apps and all that. I've learned a lot. You know, I through work too, I still have my job. And I hate videos, don't like videos, even though I Zoom meetings all day for a living. So it scares me to death to go live because, you know, I just have to say something that it comes out like it is, even though I plan it. It's completely different to what I do every day. I train people for a living. So it's kind of, you know, it's kind of weird that I can't do this. I have not tried doing the live videos yet. I am not ready for that. But I've learned a lot. It's like I was in the same boat where you guys were saying that I posted something and nobody gave me any likes, or maybe I had 2 or 3, and one of them was my husband. And in the comments, it was like, what? You know, I've been doing everything, every step. Cheryl has been a great support for me, and the bootcamp has helped me a lot. I didn't even know what ATM meant. When they said something about ATM, I'm, what is that? Are we going to the bank, or what are they talking about? I have no idea. So I asked Cheryl, and she's like, oh no, you have to add tag. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, and stuff like that. I'm getting familiar with it. I have no problem talking to people because that's how it is. I mean, I'm the kind of person that if you cover my mouth, signs come out of me. But the live videos scare the bejesus out of me. And that is something that I haven't been able to do. I'm getting more out there, and I finally made 2 bronze. Woo-hoo! So that I felt really good about it. And I am the one that Cheryl mentioned before that didn't know how to do the curiosity post, and she helped me, and she put my ideas in pretty words. And I felt great because it really helped me. And I know that I can do better, and I can prove to myself that I can get to where I want. And I've been following the steps, you know, like every day, literally, I watch the videos again and again and again. And I do all this while I'm working. I shouldn't say that. I'm multitasking. So it's been great. I love the support. I love Cedric. I finally met Cedric in person, and I almost fainted when I saw him. I wanted to cry because, you know, he's such a, I don't know, it's just the energy around him is so big. And then when I started, when I met Lila, you know, and I started doing the boot camp, it's like, I'm like, oh, she's so cool. I want to be like her. I tell my husband, I want to be like her. When I grow up, I want to be like her, even though I'm older than you, like for a lot. But I just wanted to let
Claudia,
you know.
You're funny. You should be on live video. You're funny. You're spicy Latino. I think you got some fire in there.
I just had to, I don't know. I just think that the fact on the live, what scares me is that I am there and I don't see anybody. I just see crickets and, you know, nothingness in there. So I think that's the part that I'm not sure if I'm able to deal with yet. I mean,
let's just start with the story post. And once you start sharing your story in the story post and you get that feedback, you get that validation, you get that support and encouragement, then you're like, hey, my voice, my story is actually really important, and it's one that needs to be told. And the most effective way to do that is in live video. So yeah, I'll send you the course so that you can watch the videos on how to do the Facebook Lives, because it sounds like you like to get into the training and really understand the process for that. And then, yeah, definitely let me know when you're going to go live. If anybody's going to go live, you're going to do your first Facebook Live, tell me. reach out to me and let me know so that I can be there and support you and do my best.
Okay.
But yes, thank you so much for sharing, Claudia. I really appreciate that.
Thank
and
you.
I don't know about anybody else, but I heard a bunch of my avatar in Claudia. Like getting your kids to help you with the apps because you don't know how to use Facebook. Like there are so many people in your audience right now that are nervous to build a business online and work from home and make money on the internet because they don't know how to use their phone or they don't know how to use technology. So you can show them a story like Claudia. Oh, well, this is a woman that was just like you, and now she's posting on Facebook. She's sharing her story. She's building her business. She just ranked up last month in her business by using these techniques. So you can do it too. Okay. All right, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. If you didn't get a chance to share your story, that is just a reason for you to cut a video or write a post and put it out there on Facebook. Everybody should have some sort of story post out there on Facebook tomorrow about the boot camp. I want to see them. I want to be tagged in them. I want to be people be like, what the heck is going on with this boot camp? Everybody's talking about the boot camp. But remember to use your sandwich, right? Because if we just talk about this was the most amazing thing, I learned so much, it's changed my life, people won't pay attention as much as if we share the pain of what it was like before, the pain of what it was like before boot camp and what we went through. All right, guys, love you, appreciate you. I'll get these replays up and all the links and all the courses and all the cheat sheets and everything that you need up by tomorrow so that you guys can plug your team members in and we can keep the ball rolling. All right, love you guys.
Thanks, Layla. Thank you so much. In the comments, it says, appreciate you, Layla. Thanks, Layla. You're so beautiful and so amazing.
Oh,
Thanks so much.
I love you guys too. All right.